It's actually saying it's not gone live on my screen. I'm just going to go and double check. It's working. Fab. So grab yourself a pillow, blanket, anything you want to use with Shavasana, anything you want to pop underneath your knees, and then come and find yourselves a comfortable position laying down on your backs. So you can either have your legs out long, or if there's any tension in the lower back, just bend the knees and let the knees collapse in towards each other. When you get there, take a big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sight out the mouth. Do that one more time. Big inhale in through the nose. And exhale, sight out the mouth. Take any last adjustments you need to take with your body to get yourself comfortable. And then start to close the eyes. And just start to settle into the mat. Start to relax the forehead and relax the jaw. And just give yourself a quick body scan. So noticing how you're feeling today. Notice anywhere in your body that feels a little bit tight or it feels like you're gripping. And see if you can start to bring softness to those areas. So let the shoulders be heavy. Try and send the shoulders down away from the ears. And let the hands and the feet be heavy. Just start to notice the breath. So you don't need to change it just yet. Just start to notice how it moves around the body. Noticing where you can feel it. Noticing the length. Maybe noticing any sensations that the breath brings into the body. Noticing any sounds, so where can you feel your breath, where can you hear it? Maybe you can feel it in the nostrils, in the throat, in the chest, maybe in the belly. Maybe the shoulders move as you breathe in and out. And just start to lengthen the breath in your own time and start to make the inhales bigger, so drawing even more air with every inhale. Making the exhales even bigger. Sorry guys. The microphone has just, camera's just fallen down. I'm sorry about that. Okay, back in business. So we're laying down, tuning into our breath. We'll stay here for another 5 big breaths. So big inhales in through the nose. Big exhales back out through the nose. So see if you can start to slow the breath down again. Taking those big inhales in through the nose. With every exhale, see if you can bring a little bit more softness to the body. So relaxing the forehead, relaxing the shoulders. And we'll start to wake the body up again. So start to make micro movements with the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Take the hands up overhead. Take a long pencil stretch. Point the feet, stretch the fingers. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Hugging the hands around the shins. Just rocking from side to side on the spine. You can either keep your eyes closed or opening the eyes. Keep hold of the right knee and extend the left foot out long. Let the left heel drop down onto the mat. Hook the knee into your armpit as close as you can and just start to move it around a little bit. So move it into that hip. Slowly start to drop the right knee over to the left hand side. So place your left arm onto the right knee and then use the left hand to guide that right knee down to the left hand side. Bring the right arm out to a T and then start to extend that right hand down to the mat alongside you. That might mean that that right knee starts to rise up. That's absolutely fine. Just hold it here for a couple of breaths. So see if you can soften the right shoulder down into the mat. Stay here with your breath, so keep breathing. Bring your left arm out to a T, so both arms are out wide. We're going to bring the right fingertips all the way across the body, tap the left fingertips, and then take the right hand all the way back. So see if you can find your breath with this movement. With an inhale, bring the right fingertips to meet the left fingertips. And as you exhale, take the right hand all the way back. We'll do this 2 more times. With an inhale, bring the right fingertips to meet the left. Exhale, extend them all the way back out, opening up the arms. Last one, inhale, reach right hand to left hand. And as you exhale, bring the right arm all the way back to that T position. Bring the knees back into the center, keep the left leg out long, and just keep hold of that right knee. We're going to bend the left knee and then place the left sole of the foot flat down onto the mat. So we're going to start to get into that right hamstring. So just place your hands behind the right leg. With an inhale, start to extend the leg up as straight as you can. And as you exhale, bend that knee. So we're just going to stay here with this motion. So with your inhale, starting to extend the leg. And with your exhales, bending back into that knee. So try not to force anything just yet. We're just waking up the muscles. Maybe starting to move a little quicker. Just bringing some sensation into that right hamstring. Waking up the quads. And then next time you extend that leg up, we'll hold it here. So your hands can either be behind the right leg, you can take hold of the shin, or if you want to, you can take 2 piece fingers on the inside of the big toe and just hold it here. If you've got any straps, dressing gown, ties, belts, you can always hook that around the foot if you want to hold it there, but if not, you can always use your hands a little bit further down your leg. So again, try not to force anything here, we're still warming up. But what you can think about doing is straightening the leg. So with every inhale, engage the quads. See if you can straighten that leg a little bit more. It's fine if you need to bend it if it's too intense on the hamstrings. And with every exhale, see if you can creep the foot a little bit further forwards towards your chest. Again, try not to tug, try not to pull. We're just gently moving that foot a little bit closer towards us. We'll stay here for another breath. And then slowly release that right leg. Bend the right knee and hook the right foot on the bottom of the left thigh. So you're coming into this figure 4 stretch. So this stretch is going to get into the hips and the glutes. So you can either stay here or start to peel the left heel off the mat. So you're bringing the knees in towards your chest and then bring that left foot back down. We'll stay here with this movement. So bringing the left knee up, trying to peel the knees in towards the chest and then placing the foot back down onto the mat. So you can stay here. Or to get into the abdominal muscles a little bit more, lift up your head and your shoulders from the mat. So you're trying to reach your chest up towards your knees and keep moving around in the legs. So we're getting into the abs as well as warming up the hips and the glutes. Keep breathing here. We'll hold it here for another 5. 4. See if you can lift the chest up a little bit higher. 3. Try not to hold your breath. 2. And 1. Bring the chest back down towards the mat. We're going to stay in this hip stretch for a little bit longer, so your options are to keep the left foot down flat on the mat or peel that left foot up towards your chest, maybe interlacing the hands behind the left leg. Let the shoulders be heavy again. And just see if you can, with every exhale, draw that left knee a little bit closer in towards the chest. Slowing the breath down again here. Keep the right foot flexed, so really keep that right leg active. Pointing the toes up towards the sky. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, release. Bring both feet down onto the mat. We'll swap sides, so this time bring the left knee in towards the chest. Extend the right leg out long. Place the right hand onto the outside of that left knee, and then use the right hand to guide the left knee all the way down to the right, and then bring the left arm out to a T position. Again, that left knee might start to rise up off the mat, but that's fine. So we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. See if you can soften into the shoulders. See if you can slow down the breath again. Relaxing the face, relax the forehead. Let the left shoulder relax. And then let go of the left knee and take the right arm out to a T shape as well. We're going to peel that left hand all the way over to the right, and then bring that left hand all the way back to that T shape. So find your breath again, inhaling to reach the left hand to meet the right. Exhale, bring the left arm out to a T. Two more like that. Inhale, reach the hands together. Exhale, coming back into that T position. Last time, inhale, bring the fingertips together. And as you exhale, opening up the arms back out into that T position. So bring both knees back into the center. Keep that left knee lifted. We'll place the right sole of the foot flat down onto the mat. Place the hands behind the left leg, and then start to extend that left leg up to the sky. So as we did on the other side, we're going to keep moving through this. So keep bending the knee, and then keep extending the leg back up. Try not to force anything, just gradually waking that hamstring up. Keep breathing whilst you do this, so you're inhaling to extend and exhale to bend. The next time you come to that straight leg position, we'll hold it here. So your hands can stay behind the hamstring. Bend the knee if it's too intense on that left leg. Hands can come behind the shin, or if you want to, the two piece fingers can take hold of the inside of the big toe. And just hold it here. Try not to let your bum rise up off the mat. Keep pressing the lower back and the sit bones down into the mat. That'll really intensify that stretch in that left leg. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths, so slow the breath down. With every inhale, think about lengthening that leg. Really activate the quads. With your exhales, you're going to try and creep that left leg just a little bit closer in towards your chest. And then slowly start to release that left leg. Bend the left knee and hook that left foot around the right thigh. So the left foot is at the bottom of the right thigh in this figure 4 position. Flex the left toes, so the left toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or start to peel the right foot off the mat, bringing the knees in towards the chest, and then slowly bringing that right foot back down towards the mat. Again, you can stay here, or if you want to get into the abdominal muscles as well, lift up the chest, lift up the shoulders, bring the arms outside alongside the legs, lift up the chest whilst you bring the knees in towards your face. So we're using the abdominal strength, but we're also working up the hips and the glutes. Keep breathing. We'll hold it here for another 5. 4, lift up the chest higher. 3, 2, and 1. Release your head and your chest down towards the mat. We'll stay in this figure 4 stretch. So option 1 is to keep the right foot flat down onto the mat. Option 2, peel the right foot off the mat. Hook the hands underneath that right leg. Catch hold behind the right thigh, and then use your hands to gradually draw your left foot and your right knee in towards the chest. So try and let the shoulders relax here as well. Slowing the breath down again. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, release the stretch. Hook the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. We're going to move from here up to a tabletop position. So it's up to you whether you want to use your hands and your knees to get there, or if you want to rock and roll forwards and backwards along the spine, you can do, using that momentum to bring yourself up to all fours into this tabletop position. We will work through some cat-cows here, so check that the hands are stacked underneath the shoulders, the knees are as wide as the hips, your toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever feels best for your knees. Take an inhale, drop the belly down, push the sit bones up and reach the chest forward. As you exhale, round in the spine, press into the hands, relax the head, just drop your gaze down. Inhale, arching in the spine, lifting up the chest, push the sit bones up. And as you exhale, find that roundness in the spine, let the head be heavy, really round between the shoulder blades. Just stay here with your own breath. With every inhale, you're arching the spine. With every exhale, find that roundness. Maybe closing the eyes. Just really moving in with the breath. So try to let the breath guide the movement. Try not to speed it up or slow it down too much. Your breath is in control. And then when you're done, we'll meet in this neutral spine. We're going to move into a puppy dog stretch. So keep your bum upright. You're going to walk the hands a little bit further forward. So your bum is sticking up into the air. Walk your hands down so that your chest might meet the mat. If your chest doesn't meet the mat, you can drop your head down onto the mat, or you can drop your chin down onto the mat. It's a very similar position to our child's pose, but instead of bringing the bum back towards the feet, we've got the bum lifted up into the air, which means it's going to get more into the shoulders. So think about pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and you can intensify this stretch by pressing the hands down into the mat. And imagine you trying to pull the hands in towards your shoulder blades. Slow the breath down again here. From here, we're going to move into a thread the needle stretch, so you might just need to adjust your knees and your hands into a bit of a smaller stance. Thread the right hand underneath the left armpit and then drop the right ear down towards the mat. Again, think about pulling the left shoulder away from the ear, and you can intensify this by pulling the left arm, the left hand towards you on the mat. Stay connected with that breath, try not to lose that slow rhythm of breath. And then slowly release, bring the right hand back out in front. This time the left hand threads underneath the right to bring the left ear down towards the mat. Pull the right shoulder away from the ear. Keep spreading the right fingertips wide. Slowly start to release, bring both hands back up into a tabletop position. From here, moving into your downward facing dog, we tuck the toes, send the hips all the way up and back into your first downward dog. Start to pedal the legs, just taking it in turn to bend each knee. Bending one leg and then bending the other leg. Give the head a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a nod. The fingertips are spread wide. And when you're ready, start to find some stillness. So you're sending the heels down towards the mat. If the heels don't meet, that's absolutely fine. You can keep a bend in the knees. The main thing to think about in your downward facing dog is keeping a nice long spine. So if the spine is starting to round, just bend the knees a little bit more and think about pushing the hips up and back so your chest starts to move backwards towards your thighs. Look in between your hands, bend the knees and tiptoe the feet in between the hands at the front of the mat. When you get there, come up halfway and take an inhale. So your feet are about hip width apart. Place the hands onto the shins. Lengthen the chest forward so the chest is parallel with the mat. You can keep a bend in the knees here as well. The main thing to think about again is keeping that length in the spine, so you want to create a nice straight spine. Bend the knees enough so that your right hand can cross over to catch hold of either the left ankle, the left shin or the left thigh. With an inhale, extend the left arm out to a T, and as you exhale, press the right hand into the left leg and lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. If you want to, you can start to lengthen the left leg, bend the right knee, and bring this stretch into that left hamstring. So try and keep the hips square. Try and move with the shoulder blades, so you're lifting up the chest towards the ceiling, trying to extend that left shoulder back. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, flip the hand so the palm faces away, and then the left thumb is going to come behind your back, catching hold of your t-shirt or your hip. Or maybe you can bring it round to catch hold of that right thigh. We'll stay here for another 2 breaths. So with every inhale, lengthening the spine. With every exhale, see if you can twist a little bit more up towards the sky. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, swap sides. So bring the left hand either to the right thigh, right shin, right ankle. Extend the right arm out to a T, take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Option to straighten that right leg if you haven't already, to get into that right hamstring. You can bind if you want, so flip the hand backwards, bring the right thumb behind you, catch hold of your t-shirt, or maybe hooking it round to catch hold of that left thigh, that left hip. Find your breath with every inhale, lengthen the spine. And with every exhale, see if you can send that right shoulder backwards, so you're twisting up towards the ceiling. We'll take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, bring both hands back to the thighs or the shins, come up halfway. Exhale, place both hands flat down onto the mat and then step back to a plank position. I'm going to hold it here in this high plank position. So the hands are underneath the shoulder blades, push back through the heels. If you are collapsing into the lower back, just drop the knees down onto the mat. Really start to engage the core, pull the belly button back towards the spine, squeeze your bum and squeeze your thighs. So draw the kneecaps up to turn those quads on. We'll hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. From your plank position, drop the right knee down about halfway in between your hands and your back foot. We're going to spin that right foot backwards and then drop the left foot down. The right hand and the right knee and the left foot should all be in one straight line. If your right hand doesn't quite meet, you can place it on a block. If you don't have anything to place it on, just place it on the hip. So we're going to squeeze the bum, push the hips through, and then lift the left arm all the way up. So you should feel this stretch all the way down the left side of the body and possibly into the hip flexors as well. If you squeeze your bum, you'll bring that stretch into the hips. So you can stay here, or to challenge yourself, start to hover the left leg off the mat, flex the left foot. If you want even more of a challenge, take an inhale here. And as you exhale, bend the left knee, draw the left knee in towards the left elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch left knee, left knee, left elbow. 2 more like this. Inhale to reach. Exhale to crunch. Last time, inhale, reach. Hold it here. So you can stay here or bend the left knee. Bring the left hand back behind, catch hold of the left foot with the left hand. Push your hips through, reach the chest up towards the sky and press the left foot into the left hand as hard as you can for 3, 2, press it harder, and 1, release. Bring both hands down towards the mat, find yourself back in a plank position. You can keep the knees on or off the mat, lower the hips and chest down, at the same time keep the elbows tucked in. Untuck the toes, shuffle the forearms forward and take an inhale to lift up the chest. So think about pulling the forearms in towards the chest, keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, bring the chest back down towards the mat. We're going to get into a stretch for the quads. So bend the right knee, catch hold of the right foot, and then pull the right heel in towards your bum. Really squeeze your bum. You won't be able to feel this stretch if you don't have the glutes active. So think about squeezing the bum and try and tuck the tailbone down as well. So you're trying to press your bum into the mat. You can use your left hand as a pillow. And we'll just chill out here for a couple of breaths. If you can't reach that right foot, you can use a strap, dressing gown belt, tie, dog lead, anything you want to use to catch hold of that right foot. We'll stay here for another 1 big inhale. And as you exhale, release that right foot down. swap inside. This time catch hold of the left foot behind the back. Again, really squeeze your bum and press the sit bones down so you bring that sensation into the front of the left leg. You can use your right hand as a pillow and just let your head relax onto the mat. Try and let the left shoulder be soft as well, so try not to let the left shoulder shrug up to the ear. Keep sending that left shoulder down and back. Holding it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release that left foot down. Bring the hands alongside the shoulder blades. Tuck the toes under. We're going to press up into a high plank position. So if you need to, you can keep the knees lifted, keep the knees down, keep the elbows screwed in, press up into your plank position. We will move into that gate pose on the other side. So bring your left knee about halfway in between your back foot and your left hand. Pivot that left leg around and then bring the right foot flat down onto the mat. So your left hand, your left knee and your right foot want to be in one straight line. Squeeze your bum, press the hips through. If your left hand doesn't meet the mat, place it on a block or place the left hand onto the hip. Wherever you are, we'll take an inhale and reach the left arm up. Again, you can stay here or start to hover the right foot off the mat. Take an inhale here if you want a challenge. Exhale, crunch the right knee in towards the right elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch right knee, right elbow. Inhale to extend. 2 more. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale to extend. Last time, inhale, right knee, right elbow. And exhale, extend that right leg out. You can stay here or bend the right knee. Catch hold of the right foot behind you. Press the right foot into the hand as hard as you can. Open up the chest towards the sky. Hold it here for 3. Press that foot harder. 2. And 1. Make your way back into a plank position. Hips and chest lower down to the mat at the same time. Either knees on or knees off the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up the chest. Either coming onto your forearms or bring the hands alongside the shoulders. Press into the hands to lift up the chest. Exhale, bring the chest back down towards the mat. Tuck the toes under. Keep the elbows screwed in. Press up into your plank and then send it up into a downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths in your downward facing dog. Let the head be heavy. Send the shoulders away from the ears. If you need at any point, come into a child's pose, knees out wide, feet together, and bring your chest down towards the mat. So take another 3 breaths as you are. See if you can start to slow the breath down again. If you are in your child's pose, make your way back up into a downward facing dog. For this next movement, you can either do it from your downward dog or drop the knees down and do it from a tabletop position. We're going to take an inhale, extend the left leg up high, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bring the right knee to tap the right elbow, as high up that right arm as you can get it, shoulders stack over wrists, and inhale, reach the right leg all the way up. This time cross the body, exhale, right knee comes towards the left elbow, or as high up that left arm as you can get it. Inhale, reach the right leg up high. Exhale, crunch the right knee to the nose this time, so get the right knee as close towards your chest as you can get it. Hold it here as close as you can, and then we're going to place the right foot down alongside the right hand, so you can either just use the momentum to sweep it through, or use your hand to guide that right foot through to the front of the mat. It's up to you whether you keep the left knee down or lift the left knee. With an inhale, come all the way up into a high lunge position. So in this high lunge position, squeeze the bum, tuck the tailbone under, and you'll get this sensation in this left hip flexor. Turn the hands so the hands are facing forward. Take an inhale, spread the fingers wide, and as you exhale, pull the elbows down alongside the shoulders, and at the same time, drop the left knee down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms, drop the left knee down. We'll do 2 more like this. Inhale to reach up high. Exhale, cactus the hands. 1 more like this. Inhale to reach. Exhale, really pull the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the elbows down. And inhale, coming all the way up. Stay bent into that right leg. We're going to bring all of the weight forwards over the right leg. Keep the arms up overhead. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring the hands back behind you. The right leg is going to start to burn. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, take them all the way back. 2 more like that. Inhale to reach. Exhale, take the hands back. Last time. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, take them all the way back. Inhale, coming up to an upright position. And as you exhale, bring the left hand forward, take the right hand back, and just find this awkward twisted lunge. So keep bending into the right knee. Keep spreading the fingers wide. If you want to, you can take your gaze over the back hand as well. Try and keep the hips square, so the hips are facing the front of the room. Really squeeze that left glute. Take 1 more inhale here. And as you exhale, windmill the hands down towards the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left in your high plank position. Step the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Drop both heels to the right hand side. We're going to move into a side plank, so if you want to drop the right knee down, you can do. Lift the left arm up, find your side plank position. If this is really uncomfortable on the right wrist, you can drop down onto the right forearm. If not, just check that the right shoulder is stacked over that right wrist. Keep lifting up the hips. If you want to challenge yourself, start to hover the left foot off the mat as well. Keep lifting up the hips. It's up to you whether you keep the feet stacked, one in front of the other, or lift up the hip, lift up that left heel. We'll hold it here for 3. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Both hands come down towards the mat. Hips and chest lower down to the mat at the same time. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, bring the chest back down towards the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift up the thighs, screw the elbows in, press up into your plank, and then come into a downward facing dog. Option to stay in your downward dog or drop down onto all fours. Take an inhale, lift the left leg up high. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, left knee comes towards the left elbow. As high up that left arm as you can get it. Exhale, send the left leg all the way back up high. Inhale, cross the body, left knee, right elbow. Or as high up that right arm as you can, maybe get it to the armpit. Inhale, extend that left leg up high. Last time, exhale, crunch left knee to the nose. And then we're going to drop that left foot alongside the left hand, maybe using your left hand to guide that left through to the front of the mat. With an inhale, either keeping the right knee lifted or right knee down, come all the way up to an upright position. Squeeze the bum, tuck the sit bones under, lift up the pelvis to feel the sensation in that right hip flexor. If that right leg is lifted, really keep that right leg active, so squeeze that right quad. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Turn the hands so the palms are facing the front. Take an inhale, stretch the fingers wide. And as you exhale, cactus the hands, maybe dropping that right knee down to the mat as well. Inhale to reach. And exhale, bend the knee, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach up the hands. Exhale, cactus the hands. Last time, inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to cactus. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bring the forearms, bring the palms to face each other, and then take the weight over that left leg. Keep bending to the left knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands back. We've got 3 more like that. Inhale, bring the hands out in front. Exhale, take it back. Try and focus on the breath. Don't stop that leg being quite as painful. Inhale to reach. Exhale to reach the hands back. Last time. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. And exhale, take the hands all the way back. Inhale, coming up into your high lunge. And as you exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back, finding this awkward twist. So again, think about squaring off the hips, so both hips face forwards. Stretch the fingers wide. If you want, take your gaze over that left arm. Keep squeezing your bum, especially the right glute. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, windmill the hands down towards the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right foot. Take the feet a little bit wider than hip width. Drop both heels over to the left. Moving into your side plank, option to drop that left knee down. Reach the right arm up. If you want, you can come down onto that left forearm to take a little bit of pressure off the wrist. Option to stay here, or start to hover the right foot up towards the sky. Keep lifting up the hips, holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. Make your way back into a plank position. So you can either move straight into your downward dog, straight into your child's pose, or if you want to take a vinyasa, hips and chest lower down to the mat at the same time. Untuck the toes, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower the chest, making your way back up into your downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. So it's up to you whether you take your breaths in your downward facing dog, or if you want to take a child's pose, knees come down, feet together, bring the chest down to the mat. So really start to slow the breath down again here. Try to lengthen the inhales coming in through the nose. If you feel quite warm, sigh out the mouth. Do that as many times as you need until you've started to bring that breath back to its natural slow rhythm. If you were in your child's pose, make your way back up into a downward facing dog. Looking in between your hands, bend your knees, come onto the tiptoes. Walk, step or jump the feet in between the hands at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands either to the shins or the floor. Inhale, bend the knees a little bit, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale to reach the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as you exhale, take a really long lunge back with the right leg. And then drop the right foot down at a 45-degree angle. Open up the arms. Warrior 2. Excuse me. So your left leg is bent. Check that the left heel is in line with the right toes. And you've got quite a wide stance. So the feet are as wide as the wrists. Squeeze the bum. Tuck the sit bones under. Check that the hips and the chest are facing forwards. Take your gaze over the left arm. Think about trying to send that left knee forwards and out to the left as well. Take an inhale, flip the left hand, reach the left hand forward. As you exhale, reverse the warrior. So you'll get this stretch down the left side of the body. Keep bending into that left knee. Exhale, come back into this warrior 2. Place the left forearm onto the left thigh. Bring the right arm all the way up, Parsvikanasana. So we're going to move through this sequence. Exhale, look down to the left foot. Inhale, come all the way up to warrior 2. It's exactly the same 2 or 3 movements that we've just done, but we're just going to keep moving with the breath. So take an inhale, reach the left hand forward. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, left forearm to left thigh. Exhale, bring the right arm all the way up. Inhale, look down to that left foot. Exhale, warrior 2. We've got one more like that. Inhale to reach the left hand forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, forearm to thigh. Exhale, Parsvikanasana, and hold it here. So bend into that left leg. Check that you're not leaning into that left knee. Use the core. Try and twist your chest up towards the sky. Maybe hover that left arm off the left leg just to test that you're using your core rather than leaning into the leg. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, bring the left fingertips down onto the inside of that left leg. And this will intensify the stretch a little bit more. Hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Look down to the left leg. Inhale, come all the way up to a T position. Pivot on the feet and just bring the weight into this crescent lunge position. Inhale to lift up the hands. As you exhale, take the weight over the left leg. We're going to step the right foot to meet the left foot at the front of the mat into your chair position. So in your chair position, think about sinking down into the heels. The bum tucks under, belly button pulls back towards the spine, shoulders are moving away from the ears. Your feet want to be about as wide as your hips, and screw the feet into the floor, but try not to let the legs collapse in towards each other. Your knees want to be stacked over the ankles. Hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach up the hands. As you exhale, bring the hands back into the heart center and then bend the knees back into your chair position. Shuffle the feet a little bit closer together. Really bend into the knees. We're going to hook, well, this is the harder option, hook the left elbow over the right thigh. So bend your knees enough so that you can hook that left arm over the right one. If this isn't accessible, bring the left forearm to the outside of the right knee or the back of the left hand. If you've got the hands together at the heart center, think about pressing the hands to meet the sternum, the center of the chest. If you're using your forearm or your hand, reach the right arm up. So you're trying to twist your right shoulder backwards. Check in with the knees. Make sure that both knees are in line and that right knee hasn't started to track back. Keep breathing here. Hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands onto the mat. Step or jump back to a plank position. Option, move straight into your down dog, your child's pose or vinyasa. Hips and chest lower down to the mat at the same time. Untuck the toes. Inhale to lift up the chest. Exhale, bring the chest back down towards the mat. Tuck the toes under. Lift up the thighs. Screw the elbows in. Pressing up into your plank and then through to a downward facing dog or coming into a child's position. Take 5 breaths wherever you are. Big inhales in through the nose. Then big exhales back out through the nose or out the mouth if you're feeling quite warm. If you're in your downward facing dog, pull the shoulders away from the ears. If you were in your child's pose, make your way back up into a downward facing dog. Coming up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look in between the hands, tiptoe walk, step or hop the feet in between the hands at the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, micro bend the knees, coming all the way up to a standing position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back this time into your warrior 2. So drop the left foot down at a 45-degree angle. Shuffle the right foot across so the right heel is in line with the left toes and then bring the arms out to a T position. Bend into the right knee and try and send the right knee forward but also out to the right as well. The hips want to be square, facing the front. The body is upright, so try and send the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Arms are really active. Take an inhale, flip the right hand up, reach the right hand forward. And as you exhale, reverse the warrior. Keep bending to that right knee as you reverse. Exhale, right forearm comes to right thigh. And then take the left arm all the way up and over. Parsvakonasana. Exhale, look down to that right foot. Inhale, warrior 2. So again, we're going to move through the sequence. Inhale, reach the right hand forward. Exhale to reverse. Inhale, right forearm to right thigh. Exhale, left arm comes up and over. Inhale it down to that right foot. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach the right hand forward. Exhale to reverse. Inhale, right forearm to right thigh. Exhale, left hand comes up and over. And hold it here. So holding it in this Parsvakonasana position, again, check that you're not leaning on that right leg. Use your hand to open up the chest towards the ceiling. So you're trying to turn your rib cage up towards the sky. If you want a little bit more, if you want to intensify it, bring the right fingertips down onto the inside of that right foot, but keep the left arm up and overhead. We'll hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Exhale it down to that right foot. Inhale, come all the way up to your warrior two. Pivot on the feet so that you're in this crescent lunge position. Take an inhale, lift up the hands. As you exhale, take all of the weight over that right leg. You're going to step the left foot to meet the right foot into your chair position. Bending into the knees, holding it here for 5 breaths. So again, screw the feet into the mat. Don't let the legs collapse in towards each other. Core is active. Shoulders are away from the ears. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, sink a little lower, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Really bend the knees again. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. And then bend the knees enough so that you can hook the right elbow over the left knee. Same options apply here. If this isn't accessible, right forearm to left thigh, reach the left arm up. Or same thing with the back of the right hand. Lift the left arm up. If your hands are at the heart center, try and bring the thumbs in towards the sternum at the center of the chest. Keep breathing. Pull the right knee back, so try not to let that right knee track forward. Hold it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straighten the legs, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, forward fold, last sun salutation to bring us down to a seated position. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step back to a plank position. Option to move straight into a down dog or a child's pose, or one last vinyasa, hips and chest low down to the mat at the same time. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, bring the chest down towards the mat. Toes tuck, thighs lift, elbows screw in, pressing it up into your plank, and then finally into a downward facing dog, or coming into a child's position. Wherever you are, let the breath slow down. Send the shoulders away from the ears. Let the head be heavy. We'll take 3 more breaths wherever you are. If you are in your downward facing dog, make your way into a child's pose. So the knees are out wide, the feet are together. Let the head relax onto the mat. Just give yourself a quick body scan, again noticing how the body feels. Maybe it feels a little bit different from 45 minutes ago. Take another 2 big breaths here. Big inhales in through the nose. And big exhales back out through the nose. Slowly start to walk your hands backwards towards your legs. We'll finish off with a hamstring stretch. So come and sit down on your bum. Extend the legs out long. So the first thing that we're going to do is, well, make sure you've got a nice long spine. If you've got a bent back, you can sit yourself up on a cushion or a brick or a book or anything that you've got. Similarly, if you've got a bent back, you can bend the knees as well. So first step is bend the right knee, bring the right knee up towards your bum, and then drop that right knee down. If that right knee is quite high, so if it's higher, as high as the armpit, just move the right foot a little bit further down the left leg, and you should be able to feel that the right knee can drop down a little bit more. If that's still not happening, if it's quite uncomfortable to sit like this, just bring both feet together so you've got both legs out long. Wherever you are, take an inhale, lift up the arms, and as you exhale, we're going to fold forwards over that left leg. So it's up to you whether you catch hold of the foot, whether you catch hold of the shin, or you can catch hold of the thigh. If you want to use a strap, you can always use a strap to catch hold of that left foot. Think about lengthening the spine, so try not to let the back round, keep lifting up through the chest, and as you exhale, deepen into the stretch a little bit more. So your inhales are there to find length in the spine, activate the leg, and your exhales are there to relax into it. So we're trying to strengthen, but also relax into it at the same time. Stay here for another 3 breaths, really slowing the breath down. We're slowing it down now, so use this time to really connect into the breath, activate that parasympathetic nervous system, that slow breath, the opposite of fight and flight. On your next inhale, start to make your way back up to the centre. We'll swap legs, so this time extend the right leg out long, bring the left knee up as high as you had it on the other side, and then drop that left knee down towards the mat. Again, you can keep that right knee bent. You can sit on something if you feel that there's any tension in the lower back or if the back is rounding. Take an inhale, lift up the hands. As you exhale, start to fold forwards over that right leg, catching hold of the right thigh, the right shin, or hook the hands around the right foot. With every inhale, think about lengthening the chest, lengthening the spine, and with every exhale, just allow yourself to deepen into the stretch a little bit more. You can close your eyes here if you want, just start to feel into this stretch. We should be a little bit warmer now, so maybe compare how it felt an hour ago at the beginning of the class. Maybe you've got a little bit more room in that hamstring now. And take 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly make your way back up to the centre. We are going to make our way onto our back, so place the soles of the feet flat onto the mat. Bring the hands alongside the legs. Use the abdominal strength to lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time, so try not to rush. The lower back meets, and then the middle back meets, and then the top of the back, and then finally the head and the shoulders. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself 1 last hug. It's up to you if you want to do any other stretches, if there's any twists or anything that you want to do before we come into Shavasana. We're all going to do a happy baby, but if there's anything else you want to do, feel free to do your own thing. In your happy baby, the arms are going to come on the inside of the legs, and then the hands will catch hold of the outside of the feet or the ankles or the shins. You can stay still here, or you can start to move around, bending one knee, bending the other knee, maybe rocking from side to side. Think about pressing the lower back down into the mat, so try to let the lower back come up off the mat. Take any last movements you want to take, and then we'll make our way into Shavasana. So for your Shavasana, grab any extra layers you want, any pillows, any blankets. Extend the legs out long. Take the arms down by the side or on the belly. If the lower back is pinching, just bend the knees and place the soles of the feet flat into the mat so that the knees can collapse in towards each other. When you find a comfortable position, take a big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. 1 more like that, inhaling in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. And just let your body be heavy. So take any last movements you want to take with the body before you find complete stillness. Check that you have relaxed the forehead, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. And then we'll use this next 3 minutes to be completely still and just let the body melt into the mat. Let the hands and the feet melt into the mat. slowly start to wake up your body. Wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Take a long mental stretch, bring the feet together, take the legs out long, hands come up overhead. Make yourself as long as you can. And then with an exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. And rocking from side to side, either onto your left side or your right side, coming into a fetal position. Use the bottom arm as a pillow. Taking your time to bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Either sitting cross legs or sitting on the knees. Try and keep the eyes soft or closed. When you found a comfortable position, bring the shoulders up to the ears and send them all the way down. We'll do that one more time. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Send them all the way down and back. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Drop the chin down to the chest. Thank yourself for taking an hour out of your Tuesday morning to come and practice. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of Tuesday and a fabulous week. Namaste. Thank you for joining, guys. Sorry for potentially swearing when the camera fell off. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.